Welcome to part 2 of how to schedule with the 2 kilo day, 2 kilo night template. And in this portion we're going to talk about how to enter availabilities and a method that I use for entering the availabilities, sorting them, and then getting ready to start the scheduling. So on the screen here you can see here I have received from an employee, Amanda Ainsley in this case, a fictional employee who works in the fictional town of Sunnytown. That's the name of the town that I've created. Anyhow, Amanda has submitted availability for January of 2018, and I can see here all the X's that are in here. So typically what I do before I actually save this into a file is I count the number of shifts that are in here, and once I've made that count I will go to File, Save As a PDF, and I will choose a name. I will choose a location. In this case I put it under Availabilities, and I've already saved her here under Amanda Ainsley, and I counted 28 shifts. So when she submitted the form, it just had this portion of the name in here. It was called EHS 0023 January 2018. So I added 28 Amanda Ainsley in there. So now that I've already saved it, and over to the right here you can see my file explorer, by putting the number first as the file name, it automatically sorts all the availabilities of those people who I've entered. So I've already taken the liberty of entering all my fictional crew members into this file location, giving them all the numbers that are equal to the amount of shifts they submitted for, and allowing File Explorer to sort them for me. I sorted from the most available down to the least available. If I want to do it the other way, and I just need to click again, and that goes now from the least to most. So however you would like to sort them, this is just a technique that I use prior to actually entering these into the database, or rather into the program. So here, let me close this here. You can see that I've already taken the liberty of adding all of my employees by actually selecting each one of these boxes, selecting their name from the list, and then putting in their corresponding availability all the way across. The template, the program has already figured out the amount of days and nights they're available for, a total. It has rounded their total entitlement here. They're broken it down to what their daily entitlement is and their nightly entitlement is. The rest of these columns will start being populated once I actually give them shifts. Once I give them kilo shifts, days and nights, we'll see these numbers starting to increase, and the percentage bars increase as well. This way we'll be able to track the allotment and try and make the allotment among crew members fair and equitable. So I've entered all of these employees from the most available down to the least available to help me in my scheduling. If I want to start scheduling from the least available, I just need to work from the bottom up. So I can use two different techniques here. Something that I can do, if I have a lot of employees in here, you can see that there's a lot of blank lines in here. In order for me to actually capitalize on being able to look at the bottom portion here, this bottom portion is designed for every time we assign a shift, we'll see the numbers increase in here. It saves me from having to skip back and forth to going from the availability tab over to the printable schedule tab to see how many empty shifts I still have to fill. I'd like to just stay on one sheet if I can. So to see this portion, I should hide all of these empty rows in here. And I do that by going to the left, allowing the cursor to become an arrow, like so, clicking, whoops, let me undo here. Let me go back down again. It's a little bit tricky here. Click, click and hold and scroll up. So all I'm going to do is I'm scrolling up, holding, then releasing, then right-clicking right here and saying hide. All these rows will now be hidden. As you can see, this portion has jumped up to the top of the screen. I can now see everything that I need on my screen without having to flip back and forth to do scheduling. So for example, if I give Jacob Jensen here, if I start assigning him a kilo 1 day shift, you can see over to the right hand side of the column here, it shows that he's been given one shift, 6% of his allotment, and his total kilo allotment is at 3%. Also down at the bottom, you can see right here that I've given him one shift. If I give somebody else a shift, that number jumps up to 2 and it turns to green. So that tells me that the Kilo 1 for that day is done. For Monday the 4th, I don't need to give anybody else one. If I accidentally give somebody a shift at this point, let's take a look what happens. There we go. So it shows 3, which is incorrect. We can't put 3 people on a shift, and the entire column turns red. So this is sort of a warning, conditional formatting, which warns to tell you that you've given too many shifts out. And now the way to get around that is just to click back in there, backspace, and it's gone. So now we're back to where it is. Just to continue here, if I was to, randomly give this person a K2 and this person a K2, you can now see the K2 spot is filled. If I give some night shifts out here, a Kilo 2 night here, and a Kilo 2 night here, that fills up, and maybe you do a Kilo 1 day here. Oh, I've already given a Kilo 1 day. What am I doing? A Kilo 1 night, I should say. So let's give this person a Kilo 1 night, this one person a Kilo 1 night. This has gone green, and if we look at the very top here, this portion has gone green as well. So when this number goes green, when the date goes green, that means that entire date is scheduled. So we can confirm that by clicking over to the printable schedule, and there we see the 4th has been completely filled with the names that we've selected. And here we go, we'll click back. So this is a quick overview of entering the availabilities, and you can choose if you want to sort them through least or most available. But if you remember, the columns on the right here will be for your tracking purposes. And on the next video, we're going to talk about actually assigning individual shifts. Thank you.